tonight. From MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Cam Newton and the New York Jets taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the New England Patriots.
Well, we have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Patriots, they can't be any better as we hit the halfway mark. A perfect 7-0 on the year.
And when we looked at this team in August and we looked at the schedule, we thought they had the potential to get off to a hot start. I don't think either of us expected 7-0.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year. Their 31-year-old quarterback, it's Cam Newton.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the...
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Newton's pass.
So here are the Patriots now in excellent field position to start things out. They'll be led out by the second quarterback chosen back in April from Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
And so often when you've stolen a possession, as they just did there,
on the first play,
picking up the fumble, the natural inclination is to attack, go after them big. Sometimes what you just want to do is put the ball in the hands of one of your best players in one of their favorite plays and establish your dominance that way.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. He was, without a doubt, one of the catalysts in that victory.
And he can really be the glue that makes this offense go, because when defenders have to commit to stopping him, that just opens up more opportunities in the passing game.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cooper Kupp was his intended target. But now it's 3rd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
They'll run with Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
From the gun, it's Tua. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Davante Adams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
For the extra point.
And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And a key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
Justin Rohrwasser to kick off for New England.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. This will make it into the end zone. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A pass complete here to Conley. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Complete.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he gets this all the way down to the Patriots' 25-yard line. You talk about catching a defense off guard. They were not expecting jet sweep at all there.
Well, he was 10 yards downfield before the defense even knew what hit him. So a really good play call against a defense that was set up for them to gain big yardage. And how about how they executed the handoff there? That means they spent some time with the wide receivers taking handoffs from the quarterbacks.
Brought down back at the 29-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 13. Newton. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Now Bell. Now Bell hit. He lost the football.
The tight end, the ball carrier.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal.
Throwing is Newton. Fine work by the Patriot D there, and it's 4th down.
Intended for Ryan Griffin.
Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
Makes the score Patriots 7.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
4-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 40, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalvin Cook, 96 yards. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by New England.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. Going up top for Cup. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 34.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Nathan Shepard in there. Two and now on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for the Patriots. 41 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Complete. Cooper Kupp, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Patriots continue to roll. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to...
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
Tonga Vailoa sack. A fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine. And why do we measure quarterbacks' hands? Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled? That was a nicely run slant.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro Stephon Gilmore. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Tonga Vailoa in the offense heading back out. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. And boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. New England on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
A gain of 15.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Yards to go.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And this is going to be incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Now on 2nd and 13, Newton. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he's been effective, and they're winning, so it makes it a little easier to put a montage together.
It really does, doesn't it? Because we can see him throwing it really well. But how about everything else that's going on? Protection has been excellent.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. Going up top for Kupp. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Cooper Kupp with touchdown number 20 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the All-Pro Stephon Gilmore. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. It'll be a Patriot first down on a pickup of 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Pass interference. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
Justin Rohrwasser to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And they take a knee. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. A field goal, the difference.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Stephen Hauschka set to kick off.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Oh, my goodness. I thought he'd peel off. Instead, he makes the fair catch at the 2-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
They'll keep it on the ground. Cook. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Tua now on first down. Going up top for Kupp. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Cooper Kupp.
A big play there for New England. 44 yards.
First down.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Pretty nice, aggressive run there before being brought down just inside of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Cook, and he's going to get this down close to a first at about the Jets' 22. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the stop. No gain on the play.
On 2nd down. It's Cook.
2-yard line.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
Good. Makes the score Patriots 55.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
At the 25.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brings up
facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And some oohs and ahs from the crowd as he jukes his way forward for a couple of yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 7 consonants, 1 vowel. Here's Juszczyk. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
He was taken down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They will give to the big fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Bolden with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
The kick is
and his kick is good.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaking up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
He's taken.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Brandon Bolden on the return.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
31-yard line.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. It was pretty evident in reading everything, hearing these guys talk, that this was a deal they wanted to get done. They know how valuable he is to this team.
Absolutely a key component to what they do and what they do well. And if they want to continue to have success in the future, they knew they needed him, and they got the deal done.
They'll run it now with Juszczyk.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
One-handed, love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film session if he's saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that again.
2 more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
Set him back 5.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it. Flushed out right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Patriots come up empty on fourth down, and the Jets are going to get the football back. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
23.
So here are the Patriots to take over. They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8, escaping the pressure right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. That one caught by the rookie Chase Claypool. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
But it brings up
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from the first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
and
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
the 1-yard line.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Chase Claypool with his first career NFL touchdown. And this offense is running away with this one. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Justin Rohrwasser to kick off for New England.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Again they run, again it's score. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And here's carry number 10 for Frank Gore. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. And that's incomplete.
Newton's pass.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face. Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Pats at the line, ready to go. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Completion here to Claypool. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. First down. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row. First down. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Play action, it's Newton. Cam fighting, he lost the football, it's out. But I think Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Brings up 3rd down.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This will be 3rd and 15. And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken around the 12. Oh, good move. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seen the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
9 yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run with Bolden. Fighting his way through contact. And now running right through it. It's a big play there for the Patriots. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight. And he keeps fighting his way into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots are pouring it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, The head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 32-yard
from the gun. Here's Newton. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
26-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And Adams has it complete. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Gain of 20.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
First down.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Goal at the 2-yard line.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jordan Jenkins leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensive.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Chase Claypool, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the
going for it. Here's Tua with it. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
57's the mic.
From the gun, it's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski, but it'll be second and goal. Now the fullback, Juszczyk. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy. Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there.
Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And New York set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
At the 2.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. But for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step.
The Patriots will line up for a 2-point.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the backflip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there, and sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
5-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They go with a screen to Gore. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Newton on 1st down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
5-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, Newton. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Frank Gore there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had to...
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowler, Jalen Ramsey.
Intercepted.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got his man on the out route.
Complete to James.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. Now, this defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was going right back to Cooper Kupp. And it's 3rd down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. On 1st down, it's Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they will have the football deep in enemy territory all the way at the 10-yard line.
Recovered by New England.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. And this one is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by. But that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week? And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Patriots, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Jets, now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.